Welcome to my new series, the Games Dungeon Vault, where I play a game and decide whether it deserves to be placed into the Games Dungeon Vault to be locked away forever. This time I've been playing Past Cure, which is a supernatural action game sort of thing. Imagine a mix of John Wick, Inception and Silent Hill, but rubbish. You control Ian. This is a fantastic name for a former elite soldier. He's looking to uncover the truth about some experiments or something. You really won't care when you play this game. That's the truth. It starts off alright. You are being hunted in a creepy setting by some porcelain people. They just want to stomp on your head, which seems menacing enough until you realise you can just shoot them in one and destroy them in one hit. So, yeah, they're about as menacing as a flower, really. But they do overwhelm you, yeah, and then you wake up.
Hallucination. None of it's real. Get your medication, and this will go away.
Apparently your brother is your drug dealer. He gives you drugs, blue pills. I wish I could wake up from this rubbish matrix. It gives you these blue pills. Apparently, I don't know, they help you with your powers, stop you getting headaches. Apparently, you need to hunt some people down. There's a girl that appeared in your dream. Who she is, I don't know. And to be honest, you won't care when you get to the end of this game. You won't know who she is. I don't know who she is, and I've completed it. But she gets shot in the head. So that's a spoiler alert. I'm doing you a favour though, trust me. You might care a bit more about the story if it wasn't for the fact that the main character, he has the emotional range of Paper. Although actually Paper has more of an emotional range. The graphics are passable if it was on PS3, but this is a PlayStation 4 game, so they're ridiculously bad. The levels are just generic. They just look the same. You will find yourself going through the same corridor, car parking lot, whatever, again and again and again. It's like, oh, I've gone up another floor. Oh, I get to do basically the same thing again, which is, yeah, not fun the first time I did it, let alone the fifth.
Damn it. My last magazine.
You might have had some ammo if you didn't spend your time shooting your gun at your shooting range, which you have in your house for why? Okay, so this guy's got two abilities, right? One is the ability to slow down time, you know, like Max Payne, but nowhere, and I mean nowhere near as fun. An astral projection, which is basically he comes out of his body, and all he does with that is turn off security cameras. That's it. Nothing fun. You'd think that he would be able to use that to like take over people's bodies and use them against like their colleagues, you know, and murder them. You know, they probably got families, but who cares? You know, take over them and do some interesting stuff with it. But no, what you do with that is you turn off security cameras. Imagine having this ability where you could leave your body and all you could really do with that is like mess about with people's TVs. That's it. Yeah. Wow, what an amazing gift. You are going to need that slow motion ability though to slow down time because the combat is so awful. It's cumbersome. There's no feedback, so you don't know really if you've just shot someone or not. You only know that when they're lying down dead on the floor. It seems like often he's shooting the wrong place entirely, or you're waiting for like this kind of cursor to kind of catch up, and he just doesn't often hit them. And when he does, like, you can barely tell that it's happening. It doesn't really matter though, because the enemy AI are shocking. They are invalids, absolute invalids. A lot of the enemies will just run at you. They'll just run at you they don't have a gun. They just run at you like, I'm gonna surprise him and that will work. And then I don't know if maybe they were expecting you to go from like this gunplay to like kung fu and all that kind of stuff, but the combat in regards to the hand-to-hand combat is awful. Like it's dreadful. Sometimes you don't even hit them. And then sometimes, like, yeah, I don't know. If you do it in slow motion, it's something, I guess, but it's the same movements over and over again. There's no variety. It's just awful. So the enemies are just stupid. They either run at you without a gun, or they have the aim of a stormtrooper and will just shoot a wall. They will literally just stand there shooting a wall. Like, that's going to do anything. And if they're not shooting a wall, they're shooting a car. I don't know why they will shoot at a wall or shoot at a car like they will expect the car to move. Like, could you have the decency of moving, car? Because I'm trying to shoot this person and you just appear to be in the way. Or maybe they just think I'll just eventually put myself in front of the car so I can get shot. Though my absolute favourite is this guy who jumped out of cover to try and shoot me, only to realise that he had to reload. What a genius. That's what you're dealing with in this game. Absolutely genius AI. The stealth in this game is as fluid as a knife. It's absolutely boring, and all you do is crouch behind things. You can't properly lean up against things and properly get into cover, because no, that would be like, you know, proper stealth mechanics. No, you just kind of crouch near things and hope that they don't see you. Sometimes they do, and then you've got to do the whole thing again, and it's so fun. You just love to watch them go about their pre-programmed stupid path again, whilst they eventually stand and stare at a wall like a complete dickhead. But that's fine, because you just go up to them and stab them in the throat, or you stab them in the ass, which, to be honest, has to be a pretty awful way to go. The game itself is just pretty much broken anyway. The sound is awful. Sometimes there was just this noise that I can hear. Like, in this room, I can hear this tap dripping, but where is it coming from? Like, why can I hear it? Or there's this just weird kind of like electrical noise. At first I thought it was like my headset or something, but no, it's just, we'll just put this really weird electrical noise in. Does that have something to do with the plot? I don't know. Sometimes the music is incredibly quiet, and then it's just loud, and then it's not there. Sometimes your dialogue just won't even bother playing, and if it's not bad enough that the sound is bad, there's glitches everywhere.
Come on. I'm gonna fuck you up.
But my favourite, this isn't so much a glitch, it's just another example really of the moronic artificial intelligence of these enemies. I ran past this guy, right, and shut the door behind him. Then he kind of glitches through the door a bit like a moron, and is so stupid he doesn't know how to open a door. So he just stands there trying to run at the door like that will open it, or like he's going to get to me somehow. But because he kind of glitches through the door, I can just shoot him in the face. And this didn't just happen once, I was able to do this again. Because they're so stupid that you can just... Later on, you do get to this kind of creepy prison section of the game, which is arguably actually the best bit of the game. Although it's mainly stealth orientated with puzzles, it's probably the only part of the game where I actually felt like, oh, okay, you're trying something here. Again, it's got those stupid porcelain people, but yeah, you don't have a gun this time to be able to just destroy them in one shot. I don't know if they knew what they were doing with this game. At one point, you telepathically speak with this woman, and she calls you Ian. But about 10 minutes later, she's suddenly asking you what your name is. I think that just tells you everything you need to know about this game. If it's not for the awful cutscenes, the awful voiceovers, the awful gameplay, the combat is atrocious, whether that's the shooting mechanics, whether that's the boring, dumbass enemy AI, or if it's even just the stupid, boring stealth sections that are just awful, monotonous levels. This game is going into the Games Dungeon vault, so it can be locked away and no one else has to have the misfortune of experiencing this. I couldn't even let this game be out there in public. It has to go in the vault. It has to get burnt for eternity or whatever happens in the vault. I don't know. I can't go in there because I like living too much. So yes, this game, past cure, goes into the Games Dungeon vault. It's an atrocious monstrosity of a game, and you shouldn't play it. ever. Thanks for watching. If you've liked the video, you don't have to like and subscribe. You don't have to, but it would be nice. You can do that, you know? You don't have to. And if you don't, then you're still a nice person and I like you.